Welcome. I am one of the many storytellers here. Let's begin. Let me tell you about the Anxitarity Colony. Many years ago, there was a colony called the Anxitarity Colony. According to their ageless prophecy, the world will collapse when a second meteor crashes down with the first meteor being the signal. It hit the world long ago, which created the prophecy. Despite no further sign of a second meteor, the colony lived in constant fear. Therefore, the colony leader instructed a group of explorers to venture inside a cave called the Empty. Supposedly, an artifact hides inside that will give eternal reassurance. The leader hopes the artifact will reassure the colony that no second meteor will crash down or even stop the meteor itself. They were desperate. Let me tell you about the Anxitarity explorers. They shall remain nameless. Despite being the great explorers of Anxitarity, they are filled with fear, lacked real strength, but they were determined to conquer the cave. Anything for love. The walls of the Empty were covered in flowers that would speak flattery for the explorers, enough for the confidence within them. Eventually, the explorers found the artifact of eternal reassurance, but stood a figure hidden in a cloak. The figure turns to the group, giving a cold stare with white eyes.
You seek eternal reassurance.
The explorers nod in unison.
Let's hope it chooses you then.
The figure raises their right hand, signaling the explorers a warning.
It can only be picked up once. No other can conquer the Empty and have the chance to be granted eternal reassurance. However, if you aren't chosen, you will be cursed.
The explorers looked at each other with concern. The figure's eyes held stern. One explorer walks up to the artifact. Please give my colony and me eternal reassurance that our world won't end. The artifact breaks. It did not choose Anxitarity. It released energy to purge the bodies of the explorers and spread to the citizens of the colony. All of them were cursed to be ghosts that could not be seen and therefore cannot be given reassurance or even love.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell you about Lady Valeria. The figure removes the cloak to reveal their dirt-ridden face with long hair that reaches the thighs.
I am Lady Valeria, creator of the artifact.
She speaks to a supposed empty cave, but the explorers turn ghosts floated around.
This is how it will be forever. You all weren't right for the artifact. Goodbye.
Lady Valeria is an immortal sorcerer. Her power didn't grant wishes, only comfort, advice even. The artifact was an attempt to grant wishes but ultimately failed with the Anxitarity Colony. Feeling the weight of failure, Lady Valeria runs away to find another way to use her power. Let me tell you about attention. The ghosts of Anxitarity Colony linger. They felt lonely and sad. They continued to exist to see the world progress. A second meteor did hit the world, but it didn't end the world. The ghosts cry and cry, especially when people began to take over the land of Anxitarity. The area became quite a town. The Anxitarity leader was frustrated. They speak their mind aloud. This town won't last. One of the citizens rubs their ear to shake an empty feeling. They feel a little afraid, but ignore it. The leader notices. He speaks more of what seems to be the citizens' fears. They see the ghostly figure of the leader. Ah! Get away! The leader smiles. It's not reassurance, but it's tension. The other Anxitarity ghosts join in, haunting the new citizens with their fears. They felt connected with people. Like they already knew how to scare them. Like the ghosts were cursed to be the manifestations of people's fears. Let me tell you about empty ghosts. Lady Valeria hears reports of ghosts scaring people with their fears. It can only be the ghosts that her artifact curse. Lady Valeria begins speaking to individuals, consoling them. One smart individual says,
It's like these ghosts have nothing else left to do. So empty of passion. Just for what? Me succumbing to my fears?
From there, Lady Valeria names the ghosts the empty ghosts, describing them as passionless beings that seek attention to feel the love they didn't receive so long ago. More time will pass, with the empty ghosts continuing their reign of fear, with Lady Valeria continuing to help out the people of the world to fend off from the ghosts. The empty ghosts progressively lose their memory, angered by people no longer paying attention and overjoyed by those who do. Eventually, the publicity of the empty ghosts became less prominent, but that didn't stop haunting anxious folk. Lady Valeria rests as a therapist, stepping away from sorcery. She sits and waits. Hope you enjoyed that one. Care for another?